Suburbs became snowfields and streets morphed into waterways as a powerful storm system wreaked havoc across Sydney. The freak weather came in fast, but today it's a slow process to clean up the mess left behind. Underneath this mangled mess of metal and steel are the homes of a group of very lucky Bronte residents.
Yeah, very, very lucky, actually. Yeah, would have been quite horrifying.
Scaffolding from a development next door came crashing through their roof just before 6 last night.
It was just an eerie type of sound though. As I said, it sounded like a car smash.
But it wasn't just wind wreaking havoc, as parts of Sydney were drenched by the wettest day in 2 years. Floodwaters rose. In Milpera, 3 drivers needed rescuing. And drivers diced with danger in Tempe. In Ashfield, it wasn't rain trapping cars.
Drove into ice.
Heavy hail fell hard. Streets in Canterbury resembled ski fields as Dulwich Hill became a winter playground.
They always say there's no snow in Sydney. Well, this is what we call snow.
It was a wild spring storm that had it all, including a spectacular light show with about 1,000 strikes an hour. As the front passed, the damage became clear. Emergency services flooded with almost 200 calls for help, none more urgent than the clean-up at Bronte. But even once all of this debris has been cleared away, it will still be quite some time before these residents can move back into their homes.
So now we're homeless, so now I'm going to try and find a bed for tonight.
Alice Monfries, NBN News. It's happened again. A wannabe artist has tried to restore a historic sculpture with disastrous results. This time, it's a wooden statue of Mary and Jesus in Spain. The figure's now adorned with garish outfits and eyeliner. Oh dear, I think that's blasphemous to say the least. It's time for sport now with Kate Haberfield. Thanks, Jane. We'll get straight into it. Coming up, back to the drawing board for the Bunnies after a heartbreaking loss in Melbourne. Introducing luxury you won't have to sell the house for. The new Havel H6 from $28,990.
NBT, but it's all around us. It's in neighbourhoods where you least expect it. And MDT is more prevalent on the streets than ever, and it won't be long before you're doing it too.
This is an MDT, a mobile drug test. Please wipe this down your tongue.
With even more mobile drug testing on New South Wales roads, there's no escaping it.
Australia, you save in every aisle, every day at Coles.
I trust the prices of Coles.
Save with Down Downs.
New to Down Down. Super duper water ice 24-pack, just $5.
Love Down Downs.
Uncle Toby's La Snack value pack, 264 grams, Down Down to just $6.
Save with great specials.
Streets Magnum Classic 4-pack, just $4.25.
I saved $12.54.
If you love to save,
That's a little treat for the grandkids.
good things are happening to prices at Coles.
Nice Specs, Mum. I hope they weren't expensive.
No, dear, I went to Specsavers. There's 25% off glasses if you're over 60.
I bet the lenses were expensive, though. They're the special thin ones, aren't they?
There's 25% off lenses too. Don't worry, I'm not spending the inheritance.
Good.
I'm leaving it to Derek. 25% off one complete pair of glasses for anyone over 60. Should have gone to Specsavers.
For everyone's safety, if you see us stopped on the road, slow down.
When you see blue or red flashing lights of emergency vehicles stopped on the road, Slow down to 40. That's 40 kilometres per hour for vehicles travelling in both directions, unless the road is divided by a median strip.
We're looking out for you. Are you looking out for us?
Slow down to 40 when passing blue or red flashing lights stopped on the road. A new road rule now applies.
Why cook when you can create? Create one-pot wonders and midweek marvels. Create a dinner table of living, breathing dishwashers. Masterfoods. Make dinner time matter.
It doesn't get better than sudden death footy, and tonight the season is on the line for both the Panthers and Warriors. Full coverage here straight after the news. Meanwhile, last night it was a heartbreaking way to go down. The Bunnies losing by a point to the Storm. Despite picking up minor injuries, Greg Inglis and Adam Reynolds are confident they'll be fit to play next week's semi-final. Back in Sydney and back to the drawing board. The Rabbitohs now have 7 days to save their season.
Because we're so consistent and played well throughout the season, that's why the top four get a second chance to be in the finals. So we'll make sure we don't miss this one next week.
It comes after a night of hope and heartache in Melbourne.